sheep, shear all the sheep. All the sheep in the UK get shorn once a year. A couple I'm going to shear today, they've never been shorn before. Okay, so they were born at Easter last year. And I'm going to be shorn today, one of them's going to be shorn, both going to be shorn today for the first time, one's going to be shorn now. Now the reason we have to shear the sheep is because for the last 20,000 years since man has domesticated sheep, they've tried to keep the wool on the back of the sheep, but we want to take it off. Some of the primitive breeds of sheep do shed their fleeces. Like the Manx Lockton, for example, or the Soay, they shed their fleeces. We still shear them just to make it look a bit tidy so there's no wool around the paddocks. But these breeds like this one here, this is the Jacob, okay? If we don't shear the Jacobs, if we don't shear the modern breeds of sheep, the wool just grows and grows and grows. They get heat stroke in the summer, which can kill them. Or even worse, the flies find long wool on sheep attractive. They lay eggs, eggs turn into maggots, maggots can burrow into the back of sheep and kill the sheep. Okay? So we shear them for the health and safety of the sheep, really, for the health of the sheep. Now, in the old days, we used to use these. These are called hand shears. They actually still use these in some parts of around the world, and still in the South Island of New Zealand. The good thing about these is one thing, you're nice and quiet, but also they leave about ½ an inch wool on the back of a sheep. So it's like taking a big thick woolen overcoat on, but still leaving a woolen jersey on. Then they go back out to the climate, they stay relatively warm. I can't use these. A good shearer using these should be able to shear between 150 and 250 sheep in a day. I don't know what the record is for these, world record. I use this. This is called a hand piece. And a hand piece is a big version of what the barber may use to cut your hair, okay, boys and girls?
Yeah.
On the bottom is a comb. The comb is designed to slide over the skin bit through the wool. On the top there's a cutter. And the cutter slides back and forth across the comb, and it cuts the wool off at about a number 1. Okay? So it's quite a short little cut.
Okay.
Yeah. If I think the sheep are going to get a bit wetter or a bit colder the next few days, I can put a thicker comb on, take it up to number 4 or number 5. A good shearer using a hand piece should be able to shear between about 300 and 350 ewes in an 8-hour day. World record is just under 700. And that's in a 9-hour day though. Now, shearers are very, very physical guys, unlike myself. Incredibly muscular, unlike myself. Quite often covered in tattoos from backside to breakfast, unlike myself. But they've got the softest hands you could possibly imagine. Now, why do you think shearers may have incredibly soft hands?
Why? Yeah.
Anyone, young man, why do you think they may have soft hands?
Because they're fluffy?
No, it is because of the grease in the wool. It is called lanolin. And most ladies would know that lanolin is the basis for the hand creams and cosmetics. A good shearer, I've already said that part, haven't I? But anyway, oh yeah, do you like my granddad's slippers?
Do you like
Yes.
it?
Are they cool? Do you like them?
Yeah.
He's still asleep, he's going to be really naughty when he wakes up. Do you like my super tapered, high-waisted jeans?
Yes.
I bought these in 1982. Just goes to prove, guys, if you keep any garment of clothing long enough, it'll eventually come back into fashion. What about, you like my belts? Aren't I just a fashion statement? Now guys, okay, these are called shearing moccasins, they're proper shearing shoes. They grip incredibly well on greasy floors. And they're padded on the toes so I don't get sore feet from the sheep, and it protects my toes from the handpiece as well. These are proper shearing jeans. They're tapered so the denim doesn't get in the way. I don't actually accidentally cut any denim and put it in the nice white wool. And they're double layered denim down the front so I don't get thorns and thistles in my legs from the wool. And these are called bow-yangs. And bow-yangs serve a very, very good purpose. They help keep my trousers up. Because when you shear sheep, all the weight of the sheep goes from your knees to the ground, continuously pulling your trousers down. So putting little belts there helps them stay out here. Now wool is quite a remarkable fibre because wool doesn't burn, so it's very safe. For that reason they use it as upholstery in high-rise buildings and in aeroplanes. It can hold a third of its weight in moisture before it feels wet, and even when totally saturated, it'll still retain 80% of its insulation quality. The Lord Chancellor on the House of Lords, he sits on a sack of wool. It's called the wool sack, of all funny names. It used to be filled with Cotswold wool from the Cotswold sheep, but now it is filled with wool from the Commonwealth countries. In theory, as long as he stays seated on the wool sack, the economy of this country shouldn't collapse. So wool basically is ingrained in our society. Okay, I'm going to walk in now, I'm going to grab one of these little sheep, I'm going to flip it onto its backside, and I'm going to drag it out holding its front front legs. The reason I do this is to keep complete control of the sheep from start to finish. Okay? Now these sheep they're called Jacobs. If anyone knows their Bible, Jacob, his father Joseph, coat of many colours. Jacob had a flock of speckled sheep. Okay, Genesis 30:31. So I just locked myself in here.
Yeah, I have a friend.
Don't put your leg out through the fence there.
Wait. Try and get him out of four-wheel drive.
I'm trying to record there.
Oh, ow. Horns don't make life easy. Horns are very difficult. Most breeds don't have horns, but there are still the odd breed around, like Jacobs, that do have horns. Now, isn't she a nice little sheep?
Can you hold for me?
Now when you shear sheep, you generally hold the sheep with your legs, okay? I can move it around. She's quite relaxed. I can lie her down, make her relax. I can sit her right on the tail, I can make her kick. I can dance. All hands free. Isn't that cool? Oh, more serious note, I forgot about this, guys. Who thinks this sheep can do karate?
You think it's difficult karate? Yeah.
Anyone else think the sheep can do karate? Excuse sound
You want to hold your
effects.
camera?
No, your
Hold it tight, don't move it, okay? Hold it
Last time. Cool, right? There's little buttons on the sheep. One is just there. When I push that, the leg straightens, if I can find it again. There's another one just here. Not quite as effective. But when you shear sheep, guys, you do hold them with your legs because your right hand purely holds the handpiece. I know a lot of left-handed people who shear right-handed. Your left hand does most of the work. Always getting the sheep in position, always moving the wool around so it's not on the road, okay? So your right hand purely holds a handpiece. Anyone can learn to use a handpiece in a matter of minutes. The art to shearing a sheep is learning how to hold the sheep so it doesn't kick. If I hold it slightly wrong, it'll kick. If I let it get its backbone straight, it'll kick. If I lose control of the head of the sheep, it'll kick. If its front feet touch the ground, it'll kick. If I stop it from breathing for any reason, it'll kick. If my handpiece is blunt, it'll kick. Okay? So basically, the art of shearing isn't learning how to use a handpiece, it's learning how to hold the sheep so it doesn't kick. So we always start on the belly. This is the belly wool here. Because the belly wool is a B-grade wool. It's always being dragged in the long wet grass, in the mud. Sheep sleep on their bellies, it's always being squashed. Last place to dry out. So if we put it in with the main fleece wool, it downgrades the main fleece wool. So the belly wool comes off, it goes to the side. Then we go through the crutch area. That wool, similar to belly wool, that goes to the side as well. Then we start on the main fleece wool, which is just here. One blow down there, and we do 3 blows or 4 blows down to the tail bar, down to the backbone. Then we go up the tail, 3 blows. Okay, and it clears that leg and right over the backbone. And I sit the sheep right on its tail. This is when they made kick. Go from the brisket, the left-hand side of the neck, round behind the ears, round behind the horns. And I simply do a few more blows there, place the head behind my legs, and then I do a couple of small blows from this leg right down to the shoulder blade. And she's still quite relaxed, so I'm not hurting her, okay? Then do 3 little blows here to clear all the side, and it's all completely cleared then. And a couple of big long blows right over the sheep, and I simply go down the last side. So, don't be too concerned about the sheep though, guys, because if I do cut them, which does happen, we try not to, but occasionally we do cut them, they generally don't bleed. They've got the quickest congealing blood of any animal. And also their skin will double its thickness in 48 hours after shearing. And we always put them back into a sheltered paddock with plenty of grass, and that keeps them warm. And then they start producing more lanolin as well, which keeps them dry. Okay, so see how we go. So belly first.
Ready? Look at it, ready.
So one little blow under the armpit, just there. And one blow down towards the udder, but remember guys, at the bottom of the belly is the udder. And if I accidentally cut a teat on a sheep, it means you can't rear a lamb. So you have to be very, very careful. There's the belly wool. Clear all the wool off round behind the backside. One little bow down there, and then these little blows here, guys. I'll try and keep the skin, try and keep the handpiece on the skin all the time. For three reasons. One, it stops me cutting the wool in half, which devalues the wool, downgrades the wool. Less chance of me cutting the sheep if the handpiece stays on the skin. But also, it doesn't overheat. The handpiece won't overheat. The handpiece overheats, the sheep will kick. She doesn't like it. Little blow up the neck. One just round the side there. Another one up the side of the neck. Round behind the ears.
So when you see those goats, they were actually cows?
No.
Just tidying up my mess as I'm going along.
That looks like a cow.
Now guys, it's important to remember, I'm not a sheep shearer.
That looks like a...
I'm just a shepherd who can shear sheep, okay? There's a big difference. A sheep shearer would do more in a day than I do in 12 months. The long blow, I've got my feet tucked right underneath his front shoulder so the little sheep doesn't kick. I walk up the sheep, clear around the cheek, put his head between my legs so I can still breathe. These little blows here go round towards... Come down, good girl. Calm down. She's starting to kick now because she's been out here a while. She's not really enjoying it much. There you go.
Now it's like a jaguar.
Hey. Good girl, good girl. Almost there. We're cutting out a few loose little ends here and there. Oh, that little bit there.
It's
And there we
done.
go. Okay.
Yay.
Remember guys, this is the fleece, it's not the skin. The skin is still on the sheep. Okay. There we go.
Wow.
The way I've shown the sheep, guys, the whole fleece sticks together. Okay? All the dirty wool is either there or just around the very outside of this fleece. That is the part of the wool that was exposed to the environment. If I turn it around, that's the part of the fleece that was on the skin. If you look really closely, you can see a yellow discoloration there. That's the hand cream, that's lanolin. This fleece here, if I sold it properly, I may be able to get £2.50 for it at a stretch. Selling it at auction, we may get £1.50. Okay. Some fleeces, it depends on the colour of the wool. These sheep here, because of the black spots, you can only dye it black. But this has got a specialist market for home spinning because people love the black spots, so they can make nice patterns in your apparel. Okay. For wool to be worth money, it has to be white, because you can dye it any colour you like, relatively fine and about 4 to 6 inches long. Anything longer than 6 inches, the machines can't process it. Hey guys, that is the end of the show. Thank you for coming along today. Keep an eye on your timetables. There's lots and lots of things on today. But thank you.